I'm not saying this for sympathy, and I'm not saying it to shock you. I'm saying it because it's true. The doctors didn't soften it this time. There was no careful language, no hopeful pause, just facts, numbers, months, not years. I nodded as if I understood, but the truth is, I already knew, not the diagnosis, the ending. Because when you reach this point in life, you don't need a doctor to tell you what matters. You feel it quietly, clearly, and strangely enough, I'm calm, not peaceful, not brave, just clear, because when time runs out, the noise disappears, the arguments you carried, the grudges, the chasing, the proving it all falls silent, and what's left is one simple truth I can't escape. I lived most of my life believing I had time. For decades, I believed time was generous, not infinite, just flexible. I believed there would always be another chance to fix things. Another weekend, another holiday, another call I could make tomorrow. Tomorrow became my favorite word. Tomorrow I'll slow down. Tomorrow I'll visit. Tomorrow I'll explain. Tomorrow I'll say what I really mean. Tomorrow felt responsible. It felt mature. It felt safe. But tomorrow is a dangerous illusion because it allows you to delay the things that make life real while convincing you that you're still doing the right thing. Years disappear that way, quietly and politely, without warnings or alarms. And one day you look back and realize you didn't choose most of your life. You just kept postponing it. I was proud of being busy, proud of being needed, proud of being dependable, proud of carrying responsibility. People praised me for it. They said I worked so hard, that I sacrificed so much, that I was always taking care of everything, and I let those words replace something far more important: presence. I worked longer hours. I answered messages during meals. I told myself quality mattered more than quantity. I convinced myself that love didn't need attention, only good intentions. That was my mistake. The first real loss didn't arrive dramatically. It came as a missed phone call. Someone close to me had called earlier that day. I saw it late at night and thought I'd call back tomorrow. They'd understand. They always did. Tomorrow came with an apology, then another delay, then silence. And one day, the phone stopped ringing. There was no final conversation, no closure, no chance to say what I'd been saving. That's when I learned something life never warns you about. Some doors close quietly, and they never reopen. People imagine regret is loud and dramatic. It isn't. Regret is quiet. It's sitting alone and realizing there's no one left to call. It's hearing a song and remembering someone you didn't show up for enough. It's replaying conversations you rushed through because you were distracted. Regret doesn't shout. It whispers, and it repeats the same sentence until it wears you down. You knew better, and the worst part is, I did. The biggest lie I believe wasn't about money or success. It was this: I'll make it up later. Later feels reasonable. Later feels responsible. Later feels safe. But later assumes people are permanent. They aren't. People get tired of waiting. They stop asking. They stop expecting. Sometimes they leave, and sometimes they die. Later doesn't care. Aging doesn't frighten you the way people think. What frightens you is clarity. You stop seeing life as a story in progress and start seeing it as something mostly written. You notice the chapters you rushed, the people you neglected, the moments you traded for productivity. You realize how often you chose efficiency over connection. And suddenly, all the excuses sound hollow. In the quiet moments, faces appear. People I loved, people I disappointed, people I assumed would always be there. They don't accuse me. They don't speak. They just look at me. And somehow that hurts more, because I know exactly what I failed to give them. Not money, not solutions, not security, just presence. I thought success would protect me from regret. That if I built enough, earned enough, achieved enough, it would justify everything I missed. It didn't. Success looks impressive at ceremonies, but it means nothing in hospital rooms. No one sits beside your bed asking about your achievements. They ask if you're comfortable. They ask if you're afraid. They ask if you want company. And in those moments, you understand how small your accomplishments really are. Not long ago, someone held my hand. No advice, no words, no expectations, just warmth. And it shattered something inside me because I realized how long I'd gone without that kind of simple presence. This was what I kept postponing. Not rest, not freedom, connection. People ask if I have many regrets. I don't. I have one. I didn't love out loud. I assumed people knew. I assumed time was flexible. I assumed I could wait. That assumption cost me more than anything else in my life. If you're hearing this and you still have your health, this message isn't for someday. It's for today. Say the thing you're holding back. Make the call you keep delaying. Sit with someone without distractions. Apologize without defending yourself. Love without keeping score. Because one day, you'll give anything for one more ordinary moment, and you won't get it. Here's the truth no one says loudly enough. Life isn't short. It's fragile, and fragility demands attention. Don't wait until clarity arrives through loss. Choose it now. I don't know exactly how much time I have left, but I know this: if my life can serve as a warning instead of just a regret, then maybe it won't have been wasted. Please, don't wait.